Alright guys, got a new little quad here to review, and this is the Spidex 3D, just $40. As you can see on the front cover, they have it upside down. This guy will fly right side up or upside down and flip for you at the touch of a button, two buttons. And we're going to go over this, take it up and test fly it in all the modes it has, and then give a little review on it. Now like I said, it's $40 ready to fly. And it's very similar to a quad that I already have and have had for a while, the Nano QX 3D. I love this little thing. It's a great flyer. It flips and flies inverted or right side up. Now these have come down in price. They're just about 60 bucks now for the ready to fly. Really, really great. Really recommend these. But these are 20 bucks less and have almost the same features. So we're going to go ahead and take it up, test it out, and see how it does. Now it comes with your battery, which is a 300 milliamp single cell. It says it'll give you up to 10 minutes of flight time. And a little charger here, just standard. That comes with most helicopters, is a little charger. And here we got a couple extra parts. I'm not sure what these circle things are. Extra props or blades, and the circle things, not really sure what those are. Haven't used them. Didn't really see much about them in the instructions, but there's like two little circle. Oh, I know what those are. Found out right as we're looking at them. Those are different stick pads. So if you want to change the stick here, these just spin off probably. So if you want to change your transmitter, that's kind of cool. I prefer just the stick like is on there right now. So let's go back around and just take a quick look at the instructions, because this page pretty much tells us everything. As you can see here, the top right button is going to be for a 180 or 360 flip. Press it once and you'll do the maneuver. Press and hold it to switch from 180 to 360. Nothing is in the upper left. And basically all you have is your trims. Down here you select your rates. So we have 100, 60, or 20. And then we just have our lights on and off. So that's these buttons here. And it shows it right here as well. So basically we just have a trick button in the upper right. And then we have our light button, our rate buttons, and then our trim buttons. Very simple, not too much to it. You do need 4 AA batteries, and then you are good to go. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing charged up and give it a test in every flight mode. Alright guys, so first things first is we got to bind it. Plug in the helicopter first, turn on the transmitter, give it a second, and then push the throttle stick up and then down. Now we're going to put it in 20% rates. So this should be the slowest rates it has. So just take it up and see how stable it seems. And actually, wow, hands off hover right away. I'm going to give it a little throttle, but other than a little bit of throttle input to keep it, you know, in the same spot, it's not moving that much. And I got the fan on in my house and stuff, so if it's moving a little bit, it's probably from the air, the central air, and the fan. You give it. But that's actually very darn stable. Just touching the throttle a little bit so we keep it on screen, and so it's, you know, that is pretty darn good. So now in this 20% mode, it has a little bit of pep, but not all that much, and you know, you can let go of the sticks at any time and it'll self-level. Of course, it's going to take just a second to stop, because when it's self-leveled it's still kind of moving. But a beginner could start learning orientation on this, learning, you know, head out hover, head in hover, learning how to hover in all directions, and that's really, really good to learn on when it's so stable like this. I'm actually pretty impressed with how stable it is. And if you're a beginner, you should be learning just like kind of what I'm doing here, learning how to hover it with the front of the quad going every direction. And this would be very nice and easy to learn on. It's very stable. And I don't have a ton of rates, but even in 20% rates here, you can see I could fly this around actually, you know, fairly. It has a little bit of pep, even in the 20%. But you let it go and self-leveling's there. The self-leveling is there in all 3 modes. Let's give it a power test. I'm going to get a little low by the table and then just give it full power. That goes up pretty quick. Alright, let's land it. It says to only do the flips in medium or high mode, so we're not going to do the flips yet. We're actually going to switch to medium mode. I'm going to go to 60. And we'll see what this does. All the modes have 60% where we left off. I'm going to raise this camera up a little bit so we can see the flight in the air more. rather than just seeing it so low. And we're going to try the flip in this mode. It says you can do it in the 60 and 100%. First, we'll just fly this around a bit, because actually in this mode, the 60%, it's got some pretty good tip amount. Hopefully I'm keeping on cam mostly for you guys here. And it's got some pretty good amount of turns. It's not super fast rates, but it can turn pretty good here. Lots of movement. Still goes back to level flight. And I got our hands off hover there again. Going down, throttle needs a little more, but other than throttle, that's pretty darn stable little quad there. So let's go ahead and try this 180 flip. We're going to press this top button once, and then I'm going to make it do maybe a left flip here. So here we go. Am I on camera? Yes, I am. And there we go. Now we're flying upside down, and you can fly upside down just like you could fly it right side up. The motors just change direction, and the flight characteristics should all be the exact same, because it's it's just inverted, but it's the exact same. Very nice. Let's go ahead and flip it back. There we go. Now we're right side up again. Pretty cool. And that's a feature that some quads have nowadays, but there's not all that many still. The Nano QX is one of the few when it first came out. So we'll do one more flip. I'll try to get a little closer to camera so we can see it. A little closer. Oh, that's too close. And let's do a flip when we get a little bit back here. And there we go. And then we'll do one more here to the side. Don't know if that was on camera or not. Try to get one right up here. Pretty. Oop, I hit something. It looks like we're right back up there. Pretty neat. Let's try the 100%, and in the 100% mode we'll do the 360. So we're going to hit it up to 100% now. And then when you press and hold this, now we're in 360 flip, press and hold it. Now we're in 180 flip. So we want to try the 360 flip. We've already tried that 180. So let's first go ahead and just see how this 100% mode works. Again, we have self-leveling, so it's still going to level. We're still very stable. Hands off here. Little bit of movement, but I have, a fan or two on. Alright, let's see how quick we can go here. Oh, wow. Yep. We definitely have more cyclic here. You can see I can keep it more on a dime here. Oh, need more power there. Whoa. Yeah, this is good. The beginner mode, the 20% is good for learning for new people. But as you can see, this thing right now will just turn on a dime. Pretty quick pirouettes, not super fast. But this thing is actually flying. Really nice. Very stable, very connected. Very smooth. The gyros and the auto leveling really make it super simple to fly. I mean, I started flying a long time ago before all these systems, when you were flying CP helis with no self-leveling and you had to control everything. This is just super stable. Getting off camera a bit there. Super stable. I'm really kind of amazed with how these things have progressed over the last few years and how stable they are nowadays. So let's go ahead and try this 360 flip now. Try to get it where we can see it here just in the middle of the room. And let's go ahead and give it a go. Oh, nice. You guys might have missed the end of that because I got a little low. Let's put it up here and try that again. There we go. Very nice. Does a real quick flip and keeps pretty darn stable. Not very much movement. That's pretty neat. One more. Alright. Now I'm going to hold this button, go back to 180 flip. Whoa. That was a little weird. Oh, you know why? Battery fell out. It got all funky. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? I guess I was flipping it so much and my battery just kind of came out of there. I was like, whoa, why did we lose stability there? That wasn't a problem with it. We'll go ahead and just get it flipped over here again. Oh, well that's a problem. I lost a propeller or a blade, but I found it when it hit the couch. Just go ahead and stick that back on, no big deal. Alright. Now let's give it another try here. Alright. 180. Oh, I'm having some problems right now because the propeller I just saw fly off. Again, here it is. And I think that's because when I change directions, it's just this propeller's not held on there super strong. I might need to try one of the other blades because it seems like that one's a little loose. Here we are in 100% mode though. Or am I in 100%? Yeah, I'm in 100%. At least I am now for sure. Flies great. I'm going to try this flip again, but I feel like that... Oh, I'm running out of battery. That's okay. It probably won't do it now. Nope. Won't let me do it now. Battery got low. And then I hit the wall. So let's go ahead and finish up the final part of the review. Alright guys, so again, this is the Spidex 3D. They also have a Spidex regular, which is kind of like the Blade Nano QX, but not the 3D version. I'd say it flies really nice. My little issue was, well, the battery kind of came out once. That was from doing a lot of flips, I guess. I didn't have it secure in there greatly. And then my blade here was falling off when I was flipping. And I think that's just a fixable problem. But just need to get it on there a little better. That was just coming off. Luckily they supply a couple new ones, but in my reviews I show you what happens when it happens. I don't try to edit too much and take things out. I show you exactly what happens. So overall, out of the box, I'm going to give this probably a 3 out of 5 because it has some really cool features, but it's brand new. I haven't crashed it really, so these things shouldn't really be happening with the blades falling off like that. But it's not a big issue because you get another set of blades and there's got to be a way to secure that. I don't want to like put glue in there because I don't want it to, you know, muck up the motor or get stuck on forever, but I'm sure there's a way to get that just stuck on a little better. Maybe put a little bit of tacky, like almost like silly putty or something, just a tiny bit in there so it makes it stick on there stronger but can still come off. Overall though, flew great. It'd be great in 20% for beginners to learn orientation on, definitely. In your 60% mode, it's good for, you know, intermediate. You can fly it around pretty fast. And in that 100% mode, as you saw, really fast. Really a fun flyer. I'd say the flight characteristics are actually pretty much on par with the Nano QX 3D. Now, if I was to pick one, I would probably pick the Nano QX 3D. It's a little more expensive, but I think it probably, you know, is a little bit better made and such like that. But for 40 bucks, pretty darn nice little 3D quad. And the fact that you can flip upside down is great. And what I love the most about the flipping part isn't really the flipping. I mean, that's kind of a gimmick. It flips for you, you fly upside down, you're flying the same. You know, that's kind of a gimmick. But the cool part about these helicopters, quadcopters that do that is if you're going to crash or something and you land upside down, you can just take right off and fly again. You don't have to go pick it up and turn it over because no matter which way it lands, it's going to keep flying straight up. So that's really cool about these types of quads, that you can fly, and you know, if you land 20 feet away from you, if you're flying inside, outside, wherever, you can just keep on flying. So neat little product, and have any questions about it, let me know. Otherwise, happy flying. And Dred, you want to say bye? No, don't really care. Dred. Alright, bye-bye.